Hi, everyone. This is Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to today's Pick a Card. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides, what's this person's thoughts and feelings about you? What are they planning to do next, and what's their next move? So welcome, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's new. So we have three choices today. Our first choice is letter, group A. And it says, they are reaching out to communicate. News or messages are coming soon. We have group B, obsessions. Be careful. There are strong desires and attachments. And group C is confusion. The present is clouded, the future uncertain, and more information is needed for clarity. So which card, which word do you feel most drawn to? And pick that, and I will see you in your readings. If you picked group A, letter, this reading is for you. And it says they are reaching out to communicate. News or messages are coming soon. So that makes me feel that you are waiting to hear from somebody, that you want to hear from them, that you are hoping that, things will move forward or that they have something to say. So let's see what the cards are saying. Spirit, please share with me some loving messages. What is this news? What is this communication that you want us to hear? Person on our mind. What's their next move? Thoughts and feelings. I am listening for you now. Sparks. Keep the sparks flying. Surprise each other with love, gestures of love. Little bit of a surprise. Reaching out to you when you least expect it is kind of how it came into me. They may reach out to you not normally when they reach out to you. Maybe they'll reach out to you at a different time of day or late at night or while you're at work or driving home or something like that. But it is a feeling of, oh, I wasn't expecting you to call when they do. I have alone time. Spending some time alone, it will help you gain clarity. So in between, focus on you. What is best for you? What is it that you want out of this relationship? What is it that you want them to say? So, maybe you have a clear understanding of what it is that you want. And then I have a gift. Love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. That feels like communication. There's felt like this person may reach out to you when you least expect it. And part of the communication is that I want to talk. There's a sense of, can we talk? Can we get together and talk? I want to see you again. But I want to do it in person. There's a feeling of, I don't want to do it over the phone. I don't, maybe the text or the message is just to arrange the meeting, arrange the date, something like that. I want to see you in person is how it's coming into me. I definitely want to see you. I have a 10 of Swords. Some of you may be in a no contact. I have a Hanged Man, and I'm waiting to hear from my person. I have a Queen of Swords. I'm going to go with I want to talk. This felt like an apology. So if for some reason you haven't heard from your person, or there's been a delay, or you think that this connection is over, maybe you haven't heard from them for a little while, it's been on hold for some reason, I do feel like out of nowhere you hear from this person, and this person is ready to talk. So it's almost a sense of honest truth, honest feelings, with a combination of an apology coming. So you've got somebody who has something to say to you, Spirit just said. I have a Tower moment. So this is either after I feel like it's over, and then all of a sudden it picks back up again. So you could be just when you're ready to kind of walk away from this and give up on this connection, somebody reaches out to you and wants to talk and wants to see you in person. I want the fighting. I want the bickering. I want the back and forth to go away. I want that to end. So maybe they're trying to, make some kind of peace with you. I'm sorry it took so long. I've been giving this a lot of thought, is how it's coming in. I do want to reconcile. There's a sense of reconciling. There's a sense of, I made a mistake or I said the wrong things, but I feel like just when you're ready to kind of move on, this person comes back around and says, give me a second chance. So I'm going to say that communication is for somebody who wants to try again and is definitely looking for an opportunity. It's been very hard on them. I feel like it's probably harder than they thought. They've been trying to just move on and focus. But I have to tell you, they're going back and forth with the beginning. You guys could have had an amazing beginning. You could have had, you know, a lot of love, a lot of fun. We had a lot of good times. So I feel like they're reminiscing about kind of falling in love with you and this feeling of this is harder than I thought, the no contact or the I haven't heard from you in, you know, whatever period of time. I'm going to say it's harder than they thought. I definitely feel like there's a lot of reminiscing going on. This is going to change very quickly. I do feel like this person's going to come in out of nowhere. You know, you could be in the middle of your business day, work. You could be at home, going to bed, getting ready for bed. And then all of a sudden this phone call comes in, or even a knock on the door, you know, where it's a totally unexpected, you know, I need to talk or we need to talk. So I wouldn't be surprised by that. They message you, I'm coming over. Is that okay? Can you talk? Something like that. I have traditions, creating traditions for two and continuing the flame of love. I felt for a moment there that I was in it for the long run, that we had committed to a life together, or we're committed to dreams together. So maybe that hasn't gone away. Maybe we just needed a little break to think with that 4 of Cups. Maybe we just needed some space from each other. We do work well together. You know, we are still in harmony. I haven't stopped loving you, Spirit just said. So this person's intentions are that they do still feel for you. They do still want to be with you. Like, you're the one that makes my heart sing a little bit going on there. And you're my harbor, seeking emotional harbor, finding peace in each other's. But I like how the 2 boats are next to each other. Like, nothing feels the same unless we're parked next to each other. So there's a sense of, I don't want to be out there floating alone. I don't want to be out there. So I'm going to say, and then they're saying bottom of the deck, revival. So it is some kind of reunion. It is some kind of renewal. Revival of the relationship brings deeper understanding. So sometimes that space gives us the opportunity to realize what we have. And this could be getting a message from this person that says, I didn't realize what I had until I lost it. And then lo and behold, all of a sudden the phone rings and they say, I want to talk. So let's get some letters. Let's see if we can get some initials. Maybe we'll get a confirmation from this connection. I have the letter B. I have a K. I have a V. I have an H. The letter L. I have an I. I have another L. I have an A. A U. I have a C. The letter T. I have an E. I have an O, an A, the letter G, U, S. Okay, so that feels good. That feels like we're going to get some confirmations for some of you. Spirit, can I have a few more feelings or messages? What is it that my person wants me to know at this time? I have a 9 of Wands. This is harder than I thought it would be. I have a Sun. They want to start again. They definitely want to start again. I have a 10 of Swords and I have a 4 of Swords. So the time is up. It's like we've given ourselves the break. I've had some space and time to heal. Bottom of the deck is I have a star. So I do feel like I want a second chance. I don't, maybe I'm realizing my feelings. It's coming into me as, I didn't realize what I had until I lost it. And now I'm planning on, my move is to see you again. My move is to call you and to talk to you in person. I feel like they're adamant that they need to be face to face with you. They are not going to do it over the phone. You deserve more, Spirit just said. Let's see what some of their feelings are. Spirit, please share with me some feelings from my person. What is it that you need me to know? I will love you forever. So they never stopped loving you through this whole time. They just maybe needed something to think about. I see the way you shine and you are my angel. Maybe you felt like you were being taken for granted and, you didn't think that they were putting you first or something like that. And they're saying, no, I do care about you. I do love you. I do appreciate you. So I do feel like they want you to know I will go through hell for you. So I don't think they've been happy without you. The love I feel for you is patient and grand, and I have never felt love like this before. I have a feeling that this, whether it was a separation or just a pause, gave this person enough to think about, that they're realizing they do not want to lose you. And they realize how much you mean to them. So the one good thing that's happening is when this person reaches out to you, I feel like it's going to be good news. This is somebody who really wants to give this connection a chance. So I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you picked Group B, Obsessions, this reading is for you. So it says, be careful. There are strong desires and attachments. So is somebody obsessing over you? Are you obsessing over someone? Or are you both obsessing over each other? So obsessions is kind of one of those energies where you go, this can't be right. This has got to be just chemistry, or it's got to be just a fling, because it just doesn't feel normal. Maybe you're feeling like you're crazy in love with somebody. Spirit, please share with me loving messages. I have nurture. Nurture your relationship like blooming flowers and it will flourish. So maybe this will grow. Maybe it starts out as an obsession, like a really deep crush, or I can't get you out of my mind, but over time it blossoms, it grows into something much, much deeper. I have an illusion. Be aware of love's illusions. See reality clearly. I do feel like when you are in that obsessive state, and they could be feeling this way, like, is this real? So you could just be asking yourself, is this real? Is this love real? I do feel like it's real. I feel like it just starts out really hot and heavy, and it's a little bit overwhelming. It's an adventure. Seek adventure together. It adds excitement to the journey. Maybe I've never been this excited about somebody. Maybe I've never been this into somebody, and it's taking my breath away. You take their breath away, something like that. But it is a feeling of, I can't get you out of my mind. And what have you done to me? Because this can't be possibly normal. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 10 of Wands. I have a 10 of Swords. I have an Emperor. I have a Star. I have a feeling that you have pulled this person out of a place of, I have been struggling. I've been hurting. I was struggling after my last ending. I have not been myself for a while. I was, struggling, like, will I ever find love again? Will I ever be excited about somebody again? And I'm going to say you're a wish come true. I really do. I think this Emperor has their eye on you. I think you are everything that they are hoping for. You are pulling them out of something. Either they've been lonely, they've been alone for a long time, they really haven't met anybody that they want to be with. You could be the first person that they're just truly excited about. and they're just totally into you. Maybe they're aware that they're obsessing. Maybe they're worried that they're coming on too strong, or maybe they're going to say, you know, maybe I need to cool it because I don't want to scare you away, something like that. I have a moon. Yeah, there's a little bit of a fear of I'm coming on too strong, like it's too good to be true. And they maybe will back off a little bit and start to slow it down. So don't take that as a rejection. Okay. They could be doing that so that they don't screw this up. They could be doing that so that they don't lose you. That felt like I didn't want to disappoint you. I want to make sure I do it the right way. So there's a part of them that's taking a step back and kind of strategizing or reevaluating this connection, because they have a lot to offer. And I do feel like they don't want to blow it. Yeah, they really want a beginning with you. This is a sense of I've made up my mind. And I do want to charge ahead with this connection. They could be blown away by you. They could be intimidated by you, Spirit just said. You could be with anybody. You could be, you know, a lot better package than anybody they've ever dated. You could be a lot more beautiful than anybody they've ever dated. You could be with anybody. So there could be a little bit of a fear factor here with it's just temporary, that this is just a fling, that this is going to wear off, that you're not going to see the real value in them. You're only seeing it as a physical connection. So there's a part of me that says they have to prove to you that they do have something to offer. So I think we're going to move into the proving stage, which would be consistency. I'm there for you, loyalty, taking it to the next level, showing you that I care, telling you that I'm falling for you. So I think that they're going to move this into the I'm definitely in love with you stage. And even I think you're somebody that I would marry. This person could take this all the way to I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So I think we're obsessing over each other, but for all the right reasons. I would think that it's exciting to meet somebody that you're totally into and they're totally into you. There's nothing wrong with that, Spirit just said. That's what we want. So let's get some initials. First initials, last initials. Let's see what they are saying. They're totally into you. How fun. I have the letter G. I have a Q. I have an O. I have an I, an E, an N. I have a C. I have an M, a Y, my. How about your mine? I have a Z. I have an N, a Y. I have a K, a C, an F, and let's get one more, and an N. So some of you may be connecting to those letters, that makes sense to you. Okay, let's see what else they want you to know about this connection. Spirit, please share with me. Let's go into these cards for a second. Tell me anything about this connection. What are we thinking about for our future? Let's see. I have a mirror. Relationships, dynamics, and honesty. The mirror shows your relationship. Be honest with your role. How about we mirror each other? How about we're a true reflection of each other? Or I see a part of myself when I look at you. So it could be that we just have a lot in common. I'm really seeing myself in you. Maybe we like a lot of the same things. That could be going on. I also like this feeling of I can see myself in your eyes. Like I look at you so deeply that I literally can see my own reflection in your eyes. I mean, that sounds very, very intimate to me. I have a T set. I'm going to say we're a set. I'm going to say talking about everything, using discernment in talking, protecting yourself from gossip. But I'm going to say that we are brutally honest with each other. I'm going to say we don't have anything to hide, but it also came into me as we're a set. You know, you're the saucer, I'm the cup. Excuse me. And, you know, we're a match, like we're designed to be together. So it felt more like we are, you know, you're the pot and I'm the lid, you know, one of those kind of sayings. But that's how it came into me. So, but we tell each other everything is how that feels. And then I have this fireplace. You're embracing a new start, the warmth, letting old doubts rest in the quiet glow. This feels so cozy. I feel so at home with you. I feel the flame of love renewing in my life. I haven't had it for a long time. It feels good to be falling in love again. It feels good to be with the right person. But I feel like I'm at home with you. And I feel like that's something they want you to know. Maybe they haven't said that to you, but look at their actions, Spirit, saying that they will be spending more time with you. They will be communicating with you more often. They'll spend more quality time with you, Spirit is saying. So it's going to transition from this kind of obsessive, I can't wait to get my hands on you again, to I want it all. I want it all with you, which feels beautiful. 10 of Pentacles. We have abundance coming. I have a Queen of Cups. This person's falling in love with you. No doubt in my mind. 4 of Cups. And I have a 2 of Cups. I've patiently been waiting for somebody like you. I feel like this person's falling in love with you. It could be coming in very quick, fast, obsessive. It feels like it's kind of a, you know, crazy ride, but I do feel like it's all for the best. I feel like it's meant to be. I think that you'll look back at these days and say, that was a crazy ride, you know, like, I can't believe how fast I fell in love with you is probably going to be your story. You probably will both fall in love with each other very, very quickly. Spirit, love messages, please. You came into my life suddenly and without warning. That's exactly what's happening. Thank you, Spirit. I am still healing and growing. I need more time before I am ready for you. So if it isn't here yet, then for some of you, this person could come in very suddenly. I want to talk to you, but I don't know what to say. It almost feels like I want to tell you that I want to spend the rest of my life with you, you know, like the first week I met you, but we know that's inappropriate, or you would think I'm crazy. But what my mind wants to say, my heart wants to say, I'm like, I hold back. But I do feel like if this person could tell you the honest truth, they would say, I'm just so in love with you. And it's crazy how fast I've fallen in love with you. I've closed myself off for far too long. I haven't let anyone else in. You're the first person that I have let in a long time. So I'm going to say go for it. Enjoy the obsession. I think we're obsessed with each other is the message. And I think it's only going to get better from here. So let's ask Spirit to guide you both. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you picked confusion for Group C, this reading is for you. So let's see what we have. I have the present is clouded, the future uncertain. More information is needed for clarity. There's somebody around you that maybe is giving you mixed signals, or you just don't know which direction this connection is headed or what it is that Spirit has for you. So let's see what their next move is. Let's see what they're planning, what their intentions are. Spirit, what is the confusion around this connection? Why are we don't know where we stand? Imperfections. Love is a beautiful mess. Embrace its imperfections. So are we looking for something that it's never going to be? Maybe this person's intentions are exactly what it's supposed to be, but we're looking for kind of this fairy tale, or we thought it would be easier. We thought that it wouldn't have any strings attached. Maybe it's a little too complicated, Spirit just said. So it's got some kind of imperfection. Maybe we have to work around the imperfections. I have secrets. Something is hidden from you. Someone isn't being truthful. Are they holding back their feelings? Are they holding back that my life isn't what I, presented it to be? Or I have things going on in my life that I'm not ready to share with you yet. So there's kind of this void, and you feel like you don't know what's going on with them. You don't know everything about them, Spirit just said. So that would definitely bring you some confusion. And I have gift. Love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. So we've got to get to a place where we know each other better, is how I feel. Like we've got to not hold back, not hold things in, okay? Just be more open. So this person maybe isn't being as open with you as you need them to be. They could say things like, I don't want to talk about my past because it's in the past. But what it does is it makes you feel like they have something to hide, or that they're not willing to be vulnerable with you. So you want to get to a place where they share things. I feel like I'm pulling teeth. I feel like, I'm waiting for answers. So let's see what they have. I have a Knight of Wands. I have a Three of Swords. This person's afraid to get hurt. I have a Knight of Pentacles. They're going to take it slow and they're afraid. And I have Two of Wands. I do feel like they're thinking ahead. I will say that. So they do think that we have an opportunity. They are seeing a future, but they do want to take it really slow. They either have had a tremendous hurt that they don't want to talk about because maybe they don't want to bring that energy into this connection, or they just don't want you to know what happened in that connection. Could be something they're ashamed of or embarrassed of, something they'd never do again, but maybe you would think they'd do it. So they're going to take it slow. They are. It doesn't mean that they're not going to move forward. It looks like they're thinking ahead, but I do feel like they're tremendously afraid of getting hurt, probably more so than you. I have an Ace of Wands. They are definitely attracted to you. That's a given. I have a Ten of Swords. They're afraid of a broken heart. It's almost like I've got one foot in, one foot out, just because I want to make sure you don't hurt me. So there's a little bit of, I'm not going to tell you everything. A little bit of, I'm going to either breadcrumb you or string you along. And you may be feeling that, like, I feel like I don't know you. I feel like you're not giving enough of me. I see you every so often, and when we're together, we have a great time, and then poof, where are you? So there's a little bit of mystery as to where do you go when I'm not with you. I don't feel confident for some reason with this person because I am afraid that they're keeping something from me. You have to ask them point blank at some point. Is there anything else going on in your life that I should know about? And be honest with me, because I feel like I'm, either an option or being taken for granted, or you're not putting all your eggs in my basket, something like that. You don't feel secure yet with this connection is basically what's happening. So it's this back and forth energy of sometimes it's probably really good and you think it's moving forward. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So I do feel like I'm struggling. I want it to be more balanced. I want it to be more consistent. Maybe that's something that we can talk about, that I can't handle not hearing from you for 3 or 4 days. I don't expect you to call me every day at the same time, but if you could be a little bit more consistent and be a little bit more interested, whether I'm dead or alive, that would make me feel better. Maybe they aren't even aware that they're doing it, and it's making you feel like they only reach out to you for one thing. So that could be upsetting you. I have a Moon. I definitely have some fear around this connection and this kind of feeling like you're putting me on hold, or I'm just a placeholder of some kind. And I would feel that way too, probably based on these cards, but I do feel like they have a passion for you. And I feel like the underlying reason for their actions is that they're more afraid of having a broken heart than you are. So I think that they are just, they know there's a lot of options out there. There's always that one person who can get under your skin, who they can fall for. And, this is a sense of I do want everything. And I don't feel like I want to be chasing different people forever. I do feel like they want to settle down. It's just either they've had a broken heart before, they gave their heart to somebody, and somebody really did a number on them. Let's get some letters. Let's see. First initials, last initials. Let's see what they say. I have the letter R. I have an X. I have an L. I have an R. I have an I. I have a W. I have a Z, D, D. I have a V, M. I have an I, an S. I have a P. I have an S. I have an A. So what's coming into me now is this person needs to, I guess, get over the fear that you're going to hurt them, believe it or not. It feels like it's in reverse. It feels like normally that's something you would say, but I feel like they're afraid that you're going to be the one that hurts them, that pushes them away. Like after they put in all this effort or put in all this time and win you over and do all the right things, that somehow you're going to walk away from them. So they could have abandonment issues. They could be insecure with that. Even if they're a grown person, it doesn't matter. They could be struggling with that. Did I just say struggling? I'm struggling to find the right path. Are you my destiny? I feel like they are going to take this slow. I think at the end of the day, they're going to realize that you have been put in their life for a reason, that you guys can be really good together, that you guys can figure this out together, Spirit said. But it has to be more consistent. It has to be more honest. It has to be more open, something like that. It's a new chapter. It's a new chapter. I've been trying to move on from some of those old wounds. I've been trying to heal, so you're a new chapter for this person. You're a whole new life for this person. And that the fireworks are there. So if you're feeling fireworks, they're feeling fireworks too, but they're taking it slow for different reasons. And I guess you just have to wait it out, help them to feel secure, help them to make them feel like you're really into them if you are, and let them know that you aren't going anywhere. They're overwhelmed. They have a lot of stress on them. So they could be worried about, I don't have time for a relationship, or I can't deal with, and it's the person who says to you, I can't deal with high maintenance. I can't deal with, you telling me that I have to check in with you every day, like they're not going to want to hear that. They're going to see it as another thing to do. So that's not how you say it. You say, I really miss you. And I'm glad to hear from you. And so then they look forward to calling you again, because the next time they call you, you say, oh, I'm really glad to hear from you. How are you? I really missed you. So they go, ooh, that works. I want to call them more often. I want to talk to them more often because it makes them feel good. It makes me feel good. So that's what happens. Reflection, being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. So they could be starting to see that I'm better with you in my life than I am without you. I feel a soul tie. I could be starting to feel a soul tie. I always feel connected to you. So you guys could have more going on here than you know. And maybe the confusion is we're just trying to tap into this energy. We're just trying to get to know each other. We're just trying to understand, is this real? Are these feelings real? I'm going to say they're real. I'm going to say that somebody is just scared to try again. That's the bottom line. I'm scared of being hurt. So we've just got to get over that. I have a 2 of Pentacles. They're making a decision to be all in. You're going to know one way or another in a very short period of time whether they're all in. I have a 9 of Wands. They're putting too much pressure on themselves. I have a 4 of Pentacles. I have an Ace of Pentacles. So this is a little bit of a guarded energy, and it's a lot of work, and relationships are hard work, and am I ready for this? And then it's almost like they're the switch flips, and it's I do have something to offer. I am a good catch. I would be a good partner. I do want them to want me, you know, so I do feel like they all of a sudden turn and they want this. Like there's a part of me that says, this feels good. It's taking some of the stress off my shoulders. It's giving me a better perspective of life. I'm sharing my life with somebody instead of having to do it all by myself. So I do feel like they're moving in the direction of I want this, but I do feel like they're in the decision making. Here's my Knight of Swords. They're going to start charging forward, putting more energy into this. I have it here, charging forward with this Chariot, this Knight of Swords. Their thoughts are moving this thing forward. Okay, so they're on the brink of making a big decision. And the big decision is going to be, do I move this thing forward? And am I all in? I have a Wheel of Fortune, bottom of the deck. I feel fortunate that I have met you. I feel fate and destiny have put me in front. Maybe it's a aha moment that I finally have met somebody that I'm supposed to be with. So we go from I'm confused about how this person feels about me to all of a sudden this person wants to move it forward and they're more committed. So we're going to put that out into the universe. I think it's going to progress. I think it's going to shift in a very short period of time. I'm going to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind words, your comments. I appreciate them. If you're interested in a private reading with me, please visit my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. Down in the description, I will put my other 2 YouTube channels, my main YouTube channel and my Twin Flame channel, for you to take a look at. The links are there. I hope you enjoyed your pick a card today, and we'll see you again real soon.